what I'm saying? So, like, different religions as well. If me and my partner, I have two different religions, I would rather teach those two religions, say the basics, whatever, and let them choose on what they want, and then kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, does that not just seem like it's common sense? Like that's how it should be.
But a lot of people think that's too much.
But it's the thing, isn't it? Because like, do you remember like the whole like snowflake generation type thing? This is the thing. It's like, obviously things are changing, and I think a lot of parents would have been worried about that. And the result of it is sheltering their kids. Like kids don't have to work at the age of 6 in a coal mine anymore. Kids have changed from being like, especially in Westernized society, kids have changed from being like another form of income to now something to protect and shelter. You know what I mean? And while I don't think there's anything wrong with it, well, I don't think it's bad per se. Same way, like, how are you gonna grow? You know what I mean? It's coming to a point now where it's almost like we're devolving, going backwards. Like I used to make, when you were a kid, yeah, did you have to used to make mud pie?
I never had to make that shit.
Nah? Okay. Bear with it.
I had to make, like, obviously, like, I'm hearing, the way I'm hearing it is like certain necessities that they need to learn. Like, for us, bruv, if you don't know how to cook rice, get out of the kitchen, bruv. Like, that's one of the main things in an Asian household, bruv. If you don't know how to cook chicken,
Jamaican as well, bro.
Rice cooker there, you know. Rice cooker there. Rice cooker's there. Bro. If you don't know the 1 cup, the two what do you call it? One cup of rice, 2 salt, 2 water. Bro, if you don't know that, it's myth. But what you're saying is like, bro, like teaching necessities like cooking and cleaning and certain things. Like, we might not like it then.
That, bro, even deeper than that, like, kids are more sturdy than you think, man. Like, I used to eat, like, when I said mud pies, yeah, we're talking like, you get some water, you get like your juice or whatever, you'd mix up in some mud, and you'd be like serving it to people like, oh yeah, I'd be eating mud, I eat Play-Doh, all that kind of stuff. When I was a kid, I was a weird kid. But
I never did that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was more active. I was active.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more like, I like to go outside.
Yeah, no, I liked outside, but I think it was more like, everything was curious to me. It was only later when I came to Bristol, like secondary school, that I was more like, okay, like I want to be more active, obviously, to go basketball. But as a kid, now we're worrying about, my kid's he's not immune to this, and you know they want to give you all these injections and all that kind of stuff. When all these like injections are, it's like they give you basically a dead or like almost dead version of whatever virus or whatever. It's like your body can like counteract it, right? That's basically what kids do when they go and play out in the mud. They get sick, your body builds over it. That's how your immune system builds up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like
it's weird because like, I don't know if you know about this. I forgot the title of this film, but there's this film of the story is that I forgot the film's name, but the story of the film is this child has a certain disease that if she goes outside and gets contaminated by a virus, she dies instantly.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, innit? And then obviously it turns out that, you know, it was just a common cold, and it doesn't need anything else.
Bro,
it's over protection, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's interesting right now. We're in an interesting time, so we just have to kind of be careful about a lot of things. Wash your flipping hands, wear a damn mask, and gurgle, bruv. Gurgle your mouth.
Yeah, on deck, always on deck.
A fanny pack, bring a fanny pack around you to bring.
Yeah, my mask's in there. I was gonna show you the mask, but I don't think it's in there. Yeah. Just bail myself out. Don't worry about that,
bro. Like, bring a mask, everything, fam. Just sanitizer. Use the sanitizer every time you go to a shop. Like, fam, like, because I went barbers earlier, bruv. check my temperature, go straight to the toilet to wash before you touch anything else, big man. I'm like, all right, cool, say
Yeah.
this. Bang. And then I'm just sitting there chilling, vibes in. Like, fam, it's just, it's cool, but we just have to be smart. Like, don't be stupid. Like, don't, that's where the problem with some of these kids, yeah, it's like, it's worrying. Because some of these kids just don't pull up to the bus with no mask, bro. They don't wash their hands after they go toilet, fam.
Yeah.
I'm like, big man, do you know how much bacteria is in your cheeks, bruv? Like, come on, bro. When you sit down in that seat, when you take off your pants, underwear, sit on that seat, bare bacteria already.
Yeah.
And then when you go
it's
back
mad,
up, bro, and you think, nah, big man, wash your hands at least. And use the tissue, bruv. After you use the tissue, go up and wash your hands.
Keep like some disinfectant wipes. I tend to keep disinfectant wipes because you see, like, when you, like, certain places have those, like, the motion sensor thingies in it.
Yeah.
But then it's still the same thing. It's like, I see people doing the whole, oh yeah, I've got to make sure I'm washing my hands and I've got my hand sanitizer and this kind of stuff. And at the same time, you're also opening up every single door. You're in Tesco's picking up every single item you can. And I'm like, hold on. So you think that because you put, okay, good, you're taking care of yourself, you're using your hand sanitizer, all that kind of stuff. At the same time, that it comes with, like, common sense, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, take care of yourself, but that doesn't mean, okay, now you've got a bubble around you where you're now invincible. You know what I mean? It's a weird kind of thing. Everything is always like, take everything with a pinch of salt.
Do you know when Goku turned Super Saiyan, he's got that yellow glow in that around him, the aura. That's what people think, yeah, if they wear a mask. Bruv, that's what they think.
Bro, when I tell you, like, that could not be more correct. That could not be more correct.
I'm not gonna lie. I just had a trim, yeah. So I had my fresh fade and everything.
Clean. I see it.
I literally feel like that as soon as I stepped out, fam. I felt like, fam, this Corona thing ain't got me. Ain't got me with this trim.
Bro, a trim is different. You know what it is, yeah?
But at the same time, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid.
No, bro. You got it done. Because it's weird, yeah? The way you feel powerful when you know that your fade is on point. When you know you're, bro.
And your barber does a good job.
Boom. You are a different person, straight up. I genuinely feel like it's like how makeup is for girls, isn't it? You know what I mean? 100%. When the girls got done their makeup and it's popping and you know what I mean, they're all nicing up, they're in the club. Oh, hold on, why are you trying to dance on me? Same way, I'm in the club, got my fresh trim.
Don't talk to me, bruv. Don't talk to me.
Excuse me.
What? Bro.
Man.
And speaking of that, of hygiene and that, yeah, how well groomed do you think men are? You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't just be the trim. Do you use products to wash your face? Do you trim you trim hairs? You know what I'm saying?
I tend to keep everything as natural as possible. So, like, I don't know. When it comes to, first of all, when it comes to trim, I try to get one done like every week. You know what I mean? But then obviously with Corona going on, it's shagged up my thing a little bit, so my rotation's all over the place. But I mean, in general, I don't know, I'd say most men that I know, I think most guys, yeah, they'd like to think that they're a lot cleaner than they are. And I don't know, it's a weird point, isn't it? It's a weird point. Because all of it, when it's just a person on their own, because, all right, have you ever been in them ones, yeah, when you're in the toilet and you see a boss man come out of the toilet and just go to the mirror, yeah, don't touch, and just bop out the toilet without washing their hands and that kind of stuff, yeah? See, this is the thing, because it's all this kind of, I don't know, it's a weird one, isn't it? Personally, I really like to keep myself clean and fresh, because you never know, you know what I mean? You always got to be prepared in that. Like, I think that there was one time I got caught lacking when you're not ready, yeah? You know you're chatting to a girl, yeah? And you're thinking to yourself, oh, yeah, this could go somewhere still, hold on. And then you realize to yourself, oh, bro, I should have taken that shower this morning, you know? You know what I mean? And you're like, and now you got to weigh shit up. But that's what it's like, kids.
Nah, it's the fact that you took a shower in the morning or whatever, but you just forgot to take a shower, like before going out, bruv. Like
this kind of stuff, bro.
Because fam, we all know, yeah. Like if we're like, you don't know in it when you go out, like it can just
you don't know what's happening.
You could just be chilling, you know what I'm saying? But and just go home. But a lot of people be like, fuck, this is happening now. Why did I fucking prepare myself, bruv? Bruv. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying about being well groomed. Like, do you go there, do pedicures and manicures and all them things there?
Oh, bro, like,
I'm not gonna lie, I want to. I cut my own nails, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, like I clean up my nails. I think nails are, for me, nails are very important. Like, there's certain parts. Like, I'd like to think I'm a very perceptive person, even if I don't want to be. Because same way, even if I'm trying to a girl now, and I see their nails, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, your nails, But same way, you can tell things about people from certain things, where they carry themselves, where they do themselves, that kind of stuff, innit? And same way, I understand that other people can see that from me. Like, obviously, I like to keep myself clean, but then same way, if my nails, they've got all that dirtiness underneath, I'm not cleaning up my nails. If I'm not, I don't know, innit? I shave my armpits like once every couple of months. Yeah, and that was something that I found weird at the start. But then I used to play basketball, and like
I'm kind of finding that weird as well, right now.
What do you mean, shaving arms?
Yeah, no, my armpits, like, because I haven't really because I use like deodorant powder to kind of just.
Oh, raw.
Yeah, because it's like it helps with the smell and everything else. But a lot of people told me, like, shave your armpits, and I'm thinking, doesn't that feel?
Same way. It's the same thing with like whole like manscaping type stuff as well. Cause
yeah.
Like, your like this smell and all that kind of stuff sticks to your like hair and that kind of stuff. And regardless of whether it is like, just like, you know, if you haven't washed your hair, you can smell like your hair hasn't been washed. And your hair realistically it's not like it's trapped every day. You see what I'm saying? So you can only imagine, typically, if you suffer with BO, because some people do, and that's fine. Just know how to take care of yourself, isn't it? Same way.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing of like the whole toxic masculinity kind of part of it, because it's always about, but that's not manly. Like, always questioning your manliness. You know what I mean?
What do you think is manly though? Like now, like, because we're obviously saying about taking care of ourselves, like, you know, making sure us is clean, and what we do, like, washing your face back in the day was not considered manly like that. Using toners,
rugged skin.
We never thought that was manly. We never thought that was manly. So, what's manly now?
If you ask me, it's all shit, bro. Like, just do you. Like, I realized that when I really go back on anything, I realized that, or any problems or any of this kind of stuff, I realized it's all just words. We just created a word for something. We created a word manly to mean this, and now because it means this, if you're not this, it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? When in reality, bro, do your thing. You want to shave your armpits, shave your armpits. You want to braid your armpits, braid your armpits.
Man said braid.
Bro, on a real, like, I'm not saying I agree with everything and anything that anybody does, but what I agree with is people thinking for themselves and doing them and being comfortable with themselves and their own choices and that kind of stuff, innit?
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
And you can style it out, bro. You can style it out. I used to have braids, like extensions, It's like weave, basically. So the whole idea is, because I want my hair to grow long anyways, and the whole idea, you know, like a protective styling and that, it pulls and makes your hair grow quicker and more full. But I first started wearing weave when I was in college, like Filton College, when I was playing basketball. Bro, when I tell you the way I used to get ripped, people used to try and dig, I was like, cool, that's cool, bro. I'm popping, I'm styling, I'm enjoying my look. Now, I look back and I'm seeing this.
Oh, yep, you're back.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like those little silver bracket things you put in the braids as well? Yeah. The silver and gold things. I used to sport them as well. And these man used to be like, oh, CC, you're wet, you're all this kind of noise. Now, these same people are wearing the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. Bro, and when I tell you not just wearing it, these guys are styling it out on their gram like it's no tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that I'm an originator or nothing, because I'm obviously not. But it just takes one person to be confident in what they're doing, and for other people to be like, oh shit, you know what? More time, CC looked a bit wet, but he's kind of styling it. As soon as that goes across someone's head, that whole idea of what's manly now changes. You see what I'm saying? It's not manly to have weave in your hair. All of a sudden, these rugby players and American football players and these man, the manliest, are now wearing the braids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It kind of weird. I get what you're saying. It kind of weirded me out with certain man, like literally was on this waves, fade, sharp line, and then a few weeks later, fam, they got braids, and I'm thinking, big man, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Because that off-put me. But like at the end of the day, as you said, like, do you, and as long as you're confident with it, you won't get judged. You know what I'm saying? And no one can take the piss out of you.
Exactly.
So that's all it is at the end of the day.
And even if you do your own thing, yeah, and people take the piss out of you, if you're happy and you're comfortable doing your own thing, all of it is like a duck off the water's back, because you don't care. Because as far as you're concerned, you're the only one that's really living your life. And the people that are all ganging up on you saying like you're not this, you're not that. These are the people that are trying to conform to the group rather than understand themselves and figure out themselves. It's almost like, not to sound like a dick, but at those kind of points, I almost pity people that have this very closed-minded look on stuff. You know what I mean? That whole ignorance is bliss. I'm like, yeah, it's bliss, but at the same time, how much you really enjoy in your life. You know what I mean? I don't know. I said, people look at themselves, try to understand yourself a bit better. Life becomes easier, 100%.
100%, because at the same time, just at this, it's cool to be yourself or whatever, as long as disclaimer again, wash your bloody hands.
Of course.
Wash your cheeks when you after the toilet or whatever, like when you go home, because obviously you're not gonna wash your cheeks in public, get me? Like do things to make sure you're all right, like, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. I think I'm definitely gonna start again. Like obviously I use product on my to wash face and scrub, all them things there.
Bro, I mean, I tend to just use I use water and like exfoliate. You know, like exfoliating gloves.
Yeah.
Just clean up your face like that.
I've heard about it. I've heard about that.
Bro, do it, man. Do it, because it cleans out your pores, and then like at that point, it's clean. Because I used to suffer with acne bad. Like I had acne on one side of my face, high-fiving the acne on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
It was same with me,
bro. And can I just say, those people that have never had to deal with acne or spots, I hope they go to hell. I'm joking. I don't. But you get what I'm saying, isn't it? Those people that used to smile in your face, but oh, you got spots.
Those men are privileged. Those men are privileged. They didn't have to do any of this foolishness, bro.
They don't understand the struggle, bro.
Bro,
they don't understand the struggle.
It's long, bro. It's long, especially with like literally, as we said, like taking care of ourselves, bro. Like dry skin. Like I used to suffer from eczema, bro. Like, bro, like creams and everything. Like had to be in my bag at all times.
You gotta take care of yourself. And I think it's one of the kind of things where it's like a lot of people don't really have love for themselves, like actual love for themselves, or like they might feel like they do, but haven't got that kind of point. And then it's like I can understand why it's harder for some people just to really even want to or even care about their own personal hygiene. Same way you were saying about like washing your hands, that kind of stuff, But then it then becomes a thing of like, okay, if you're not doing it for yourself, at the very least, the people around you, come on. You know what I mean? Like at this point, if I don't go, if I'm coming from somewhere, I haven't gone wash my hands, I haven't gone clean myself up to make sure that I'm good, and I go and I talk to my grandma now. Yeah, old woman, lovely lady. I couldn't imagine my life without her. I go talk to my grandma, hug up my grandma. 2 weeks down the line, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's easy to think about yourself. It's easy to, but sometimes you just need to look about it.
Yeah, we need to do that. I think a lot of people do that more now, anyways. So we thank.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's that whole like conscious generation type.
Yeah.
That woke generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you call it? Do you listen to like any other podcasts and stuff like that since you had to make one yourself, or like
So
to be
yeah,
inspired anyway?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like one of my biggest inspirations was probably the Joe Rogan podcast. I love that podcast, man. I love that podcast. Mainly because it's so conversational. You know what I mean? That's what I aim for it to be. Not exactly Joe Rogan's podcast. I'd probably say what else I watch. I watched a bit of Nick Cannon's. That was sick. And then did you see the thing I got deleted the other day?
Nah.
I mean, I'm not gonna go into it too
Was
much.
it the anti-Semitism shit?
Yeah, this stuff here. Yeah,
that whole thing, that big man. That's similar to the all this Wiley shit and everything else. And I'm not gonna speak on that.
I watched the documentary, Louis III documentary this morning on the whole like thing about like Jews and like Palestine and all that kind of stuff. Bro, it's mad.
Bro, like the thing is with that whole thing, yeah, bro, like I swear a lot of rappers and everybody else that's educated themselves in business and so forth know, like, bro, some of the most powerful people are Jews, and they associate.
That's just what it is.
That's what it is, and that's what it is. And to be honest, I like the Jewish community because they're for themselves, bro. Have you seen them?
100, bro. 100%.
They're for. I mean, fam,
obviously there's good and bad everywhere.
Yeah, but bro, in the Jewish community, money stays for a very long time.
That is
bro.
something that is amazing. That is something amazing. Bro, generational wealth. And then people complain. People complain because they're like, oh, how come they're on the top? How come they're on the top? It's just jealousy or envy because it's in Jewish culture to keep money in the bank.
Yeah.
That whole generational wealth is a staple of that. And then when people haven't done that themselves, then they're like, oh, we haven't got any money. What have you done for yourself?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, the most good thing about it is that they make sure it's good at least.
Yeah.
Because when they make sure it's good, like, because near my house there's a Filipino shop now, yeah. Bro, like, Mumsy goes there to get like certain foods and whatever. Obviously that goes to a Filipino family first, but at least like the products that they have is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to have support in your own culture, but which is one of the main things of what's going on now. But bro, like, don't be half-assed with your shit. Actually invest. If you're into it, invest time. And because there are a lot of things now that we're seeing that are just half-assed. Have you noticed that, like, certain products
100%. And a lot of the stuff that's half-assed is from the people that are running the world.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like,
yeah, bro. But when we do the half-assed stuff and support it, because I've been literally like listening and what's going and listening and I'm watching loads of interviews about branding, like valuing yourself and self-branding. Like, don't associating yourself with something that's half-assed. It looks bad for you. So
exactly, and it limits your growth.
And also putting yourself on value, like your value goes down when you're associated with that one thing. Like, let's say if I associate myself with a brand that is a clothing brand, that I'm buying their stuff, cool. Let's say Trapstar. Most of their product is good. Like, no one can deny that. Certain services might be bad, whatever, with delivery, what everyone says online, but the product is good. That's why I support and buy stuff from there.
Yeah.
With
I
Extreme.
mean, how far do you reckon that can go though? Because then it becomes a thing of like, because obviously I have those people that are completely like, they watch everything and where everything that they deal with comes from. Yeah. And I get it, like, whether it be sustainable stuff, etc., etc. But you reckon there's like a line? There's a line where it becomes almost impractical.
To what? Support your own?
No, not support your own.
Like product.
Yeah. But then I know, like, certain things is like, yeah, it's good and that, but then at the same time, like, for example, fresh veg is more expensive than frozen veg. right? And certain people, I get it depends on your circumstance, but like just using an example, certain people will pay the extra amount because they prefer to get something that they know is good, whether it be sourced better or whether it's better for them, that kind of thing. While some people, it's the exact opposite. You know what I mean? I may have lost the point of what you were going from.
No. I get what you're saying. No, it's still the same.
Yeah. So like, how far to go until it's like, okay, yes, this is sustainable. Yes, this is, you know what I mean? But
it depends on the person, you know. I think what you value, what you like with food, what you put in your body is if that's important to you, you're going to expend the money. If you want good quality clothing, that's why like certain tracks, like certain designers, like I was gonna say a designer called X Dreams, a brand in he's a Geo, he's the head designer there, like, and his tracksuits costing £200. Man designs it.
Fair dues, bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the quality is very good. Like, I have one of the tracksuits here. I got a hoodie and everything. Like, bro, I could wear that like casually, and I can still, it still has value. It's
that's the word. That's such a weird thing. Value itself, though, bro. Such like an elusive thing.
I wouldn't say it has value, but it can last longer than the normal Primark or whatever, because the more expensive you go, obviously the value of the product goes up, but at the same time, you know that money is going to go to, you know, actual quality. Quality.
Yeah.
Like, I've clocked as well, like recently, after all this thing, is like, certain things you need to have quality over quantity. And
100%.
I forgot who said it, but there was like this it was a guy called Flex Scott Daps. He's a director. He said, like, about fast, good money, quality money. So you can have fast and for cheap, but it won't be good quality. But if it was quality and fast, the money's going to be high or something like that, or money's not going to be as good or whatever. And but if you have quality and money, which is price, it won't be fast. It will take time to mass produce, or so forth.
Okay.
So I thought about that and said, yeah, that makes sense, because that's also, that can apply to music, that can apply to podcasting, that can apply to food, clothing. Like, food takes a lot of time to cook, clothing takes a lot of time to make and also mass produce. So things, you know what I mean? So not everything is instant. So at the end of the day, it depends, man. It does depend on what you think. So, like, when you that's why I like buying clothing and shoes with a certain purpose, or
that's where it is, isn't it? Because it's no longer just about monetary value. It's now become like sentimental value to you.
Yeah,
you know I mean, value is done in different ways.
Again, with like value, like knowing your value as a person, like
it's harder than people think.
You CC have a flipping brand at the end of the day. You are a brand. You have your own self-value. When you attach something to yourself, that means if it goes bad, they're going to go to you straight away before them. You attach yourself. So for me, like, I've had a lot of people say, put my brand on there, like, whatever. I'm thinking, but the brand's not that good. Or to me, the music ain't that popping. Or to me, like, I don't like attaching stuff that I don't like. If I don't like it, or don't feel like it's good for what I do or attach myself to, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna post it. I'm not gonna put it on, talk about it. It's like,
it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's strange, because like I don't know if you've seen the whole BSDR life thing that I've been doing at the moment.
Yeah.
The whole Bristol Life thing. Like, the whole idea behind it is essentially to like show people what it is, that why Bristol's as sick as I think it is, and why everybody else thinks it's amazing it is. Whether it be like doing like a in the in the day of a creative in Bristol or someone that's starting up their own business in Bristol, this kind of stuff, kind of showing homegrown kind of talent, basically. But then same way, because also on the Facebook page, like I'm trying to promote people to be sharing their stuff and all that kind of thing. But then obviously I know I have the things that I tend to gear towards, like obviously I do the modeling, the acting, that kind of stuff. So if I see that on there, or if I see music, for example, on there, I'm like, oh, I really like this. But then it's kind of a thing of when I'm trying to big up everybody and showing that anybody can like have that kind of chance and that kind of thing, it's hard to like, how do you say? Like, so imagine someone like posts or wants to post something to like their own music that they want to promote on the BSL Life page, and I'm like, okay, sick. Like, okay, they're not amazing, but I can see that they got room for growth. They're at least wanting to promote and show their stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but I still have to be thinking of like, this way it comes to like value and like your brand and this kind of stuff. I don't know, man, but I guess it's different for each person, I guess, isn't it?
Different for each person because, like, since we're talking about value, like, have you heard? Do you know about Joe Budden podcast?
I've heard a couple of stuff. What are you talking about specifically?
Because recently he's just said he's going to be, obviously, because he's been signed to Spotify exclusively. Like all the episodes for his podcast are only
Joe
on
Rogan.
Spotify. No, Joe Budden. Joe
Budden as well.
Yeah, Joe Budden was the first one to go Spotify.
Oh right.
So he's the one who started. He's the one who started the trend of going exclusively to these Tidal, like various other things, like, you know what I mean. So shout out to Elliot and B. the Rap Radar. They're exclusively to Tidal. So they're exclusive to Tidal. So that's how they get interviews like Jay-Z and Nas.
It's almost like basketball players now, isn't it? It's like sports stars getting drafted to places.
Yeah, but for Joe Budden, he was the first one to do it. Like he was, he's a part of Spotify. Like he works. His content goes on Spotify only. Only visuals will go on YouTube, normal, whatever. But
how do you feel about that? Like, because obviously we're both trying to like grow our own kind of brands, our own kind of things from there. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe wrong, but I feel like we're both kind of similar in the way that we want to be able to have our own thing, like something that is art, you know what I mean? But then obviously opportunities come along and people are trying to, like, it's this whole thing of like what is selling out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that's the thing as well, because Joe Budden's been there for 2 years. His contract ends in a few weeks because he's got a few more episodes left, and he says he's not going back to Spotify because of how the Spotify have treated him and his content. There's no, like, the money he was getting isn't compared to what Joe Rogan is getting.
That's what I was wondering, because he said he was the first one, but I only heard about Joe Rogan, and I heard that it was silly money.
Yeah, Joe,
like figures,
100 mil. But Joe gets less than that.
Oof.
Joe gets less than that, and he's always number one in podcast in general. So you know what I mean, like in his lane, in Spotify or in general, Joe Budden podcast is number one. But yet there's no bonus. He never got a bonus. He never got certain other things that were promised by Spotify, ads and marketing and so forth. And because ads is one of the other things that
of course.
Joe Budden had a problem with at Complex, I think. Because he had a show at Complex at one point. But now obviously he's got a show at Revolt. No, 2 shows in Revolt. One obviously podcast and so forth. Yeah. So because the pull up is Revolt to a degree.
It's value again, isn't it?
Yeah, but now he's like, listen, the money that these other companies are giving me is way more than what Spotify is giving me.
Yeah.
So he literally said on his recent episode that as soon as contract ends at September, man is not coming back to Spotify, bro.
Fair dues.
And because and to this day, Spotify is still trying to obviously give him the money, but it's not. Yeah, it's literally not. He's not the whole team that he has for the podcast is not happy with that, with the money.
You know what though? Like, I think that's probably
because remember, it's not just him. It's not just him that does this. You know, it's two of Mal, Rory, Parks, like those guys that are on the podcast speaking, the managers, the actual editors, the video guys,
underpaid and this kind of stuff.
Yeah, fam, bro, and they do it in someone's house. They don't go into a studio. They go to someone's house and record it.
Oh,
you gotta say.
I mean, this the whole thing about what was that? There was that. Is it Megan Thee Stallion? Is that her name?
Yeah.
A similar kind of thing there, right? Like she didn't.
Cause that was because of her old record label that she signed to before she blew up. Yeah.
Mad, and it sounded like she didn't get any of the. It's almost like a modern day what's her name? The Fugees.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. It's mad.
Yeah.
It's so similar. It's so scary.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if Megan's contract is done with that specific, because she's obviously signed to Rock Nation, I believe. As managers, as managerial. I'm not too sure with when it comes to Rock Nation. But she is affiliated with Rock Nation, or she has deals with them, publishing or whatever. But like, bro, like as soon as Joe Budden said that, obviously it's crazy because what you call it, Spotify are making celebrities, are trying to turn celebrities into podcasters and putting them in their profile to say, yeah, we're making this person is making a podcast in our thing. If you like them, talk to them, you're gonna listen, whatever. Fam, Joe Budden's always been number one over them. You know what I'm saying? It's different money, and they still get paid low. And when they come in, they get paid more than Joe Budden.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. This is why I can't be doing like that whole like. As soon as somebody else has decided my value and my worth, that can't run. That cannot run.
But this is the weirdest thing though, when Joe said that Spotify don't know like how much this is actually gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Joe had to convince or whatever. But Joe decided to design the actual contract for their deal with Spotify. Joe said, "This is what's happening with this contract, innit?" And designing it with Spotify and the head honchos over there, which was kind of a weird thing, because if you know that this is gonna happen, this amount of money, what was the money agreed upon in the contract then? You know what I'm saying? As a plot twist, like what were you actually saying in this contract that gets you this money? Because now you're frustrated.
How long ago was he saying? Like it was like 2 years ago, isn't it?
2 years, nearly 2 years, So
be interesting to dig into that a little bit. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's when if you listen to the episode, you can kind of tell certain things. It's in like the recent 2 episodes, but because he drops 2 episodes a week, like man drops 2 episodes a week, records, it hasn't missed a week, like, and you're paying him one of the lowest in your company, and he's still number 1.
That is nuts. That's what I'm saying.
So it's weird. It's a weird dynamic because if you know, do you know about Barstool?
Barstool.
Yeah, it's like
the name comes to me.
Yeah, it's like it's like a online network. It's similar to Spotify to a degree, like a Patreon and stuff like that.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, but they sign podcasters as well for big money.
Oh, right.
So there's podcasters that go over there exclusively on their platform, but obviously get onto other platforms like Spotify and stuff like that. But
it's sick though.
But they get nice money, you know, like 6 figures, 6-7 figures. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different out here. So that's why I'm kind of curious on what type of stuff were you saying in that contract for you to have a bad relationship and bad money with them.
100%. Like you see, similar kind of stuff. Like obviously, I don't know what sports you tend to follow the most, or like obviously in basketball, there's a lot of stuff. I think in any sport, like when it comes to like people trading or like doing like 1 year max contracts and shit like that, where it's kind of shady.
That's why I think what you call it, MJ was smart.
Yeah, bro, he made his
contracts,
own.
Bro.
But it's the thing, it's about being self-made. Because the way I see it, the less people that have a hand, or the less people that have a hand in deciding what you do and how you do your stuff on like a legal and like a wide scale kind of things, then the better. Well, again, it's the whole like, okay, I'm not gonna take the time. It's gonna take way longer, but I believe I could build my own brand, my own thing, or take a bit of a shortcut. Okay, there's an opportunity. All of a sudden, my podcast is not just my podcast anymore. I don't now own my podcast, but I have that money. There's that whole like delayed gratification versus instant gratification.
Yeah, that's the kind of like thing of what's going on with Joe Rogan. Actually, his contract was what? Is there any licensing and stuff like that? Do they actually own your content now?
Oh,
because that's how is he getting this 100 mil? How is he getting this 100 mil, bro? Why is your thing worth 100 mil, bro? Like, are they? What do they own your IP? Do they own your IP? You know what I'm saying?
He's taking everything off of YouTube as well, isn't it?
I'm not too sure. This is what I'm saying. I need to know this actual contract because I haven't listened to Joe Rogan in a while. He's still on iTunes, I believe, and whatever. So I don't know when the contract actually starts of him being exclusive to Spotify or whatever. But like, fam, man, bro, like with Joe Rogan, what's going on over there? He is powerful, bro. He's got. Every person that I have talked to, at least knows about Joe Rogan, about podcasts.
He's like the PewDiePie podcasts.
Yeah, like he's one of the originators of this. Like R.I.P. Like, obviously R.I.P. Comeback Jack and various other people that were the first originators. You know what I'm saying? Of this podcast thing. Like I put Galcast in that respect as well with Comeback Jack. Like Taxstone and everybody, like those guys who started I forgot the station, but there was this platform in America that were literally doing like podcasts, like release podcasts. That was it, and that's where it started. Like Lip Service and Taxstone, obviously Comeback Jack was on there and so forth, and obviously in Canada a lot of people were starting to do podcasts.
It's the thing that it's like people are scared of like being the first to do something, because oftentimes the first person to do something isn't always, more time than not, they're not the one that gets. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Same with
just like the whole Joe Budden thing.
Same here with the UK. Like
100.
Like there's obviously podcasts in the UK that will pop, that started it off probably, but they didn't continue and then came back, but they're not as popping. So
100%.
I think a lot of podcasts feel like that, but like fam, like you see the money people are making now with podcasts is kind of crazy. So I think how I see it, just wait for your turn, bro. Because at the end of the day, I think there is money here. There is money. Money in this podcasting thing, but we just have to kind of wait for our turn.
Bro, as far as I'm concerned, there's money in anything you want there to be money. Like the power that we have as humans, as people, is that we ascribe value to things. You see what I mean?
Know your worth. Know your worth.
Boom.
Really.
Boom. And you can sell anything, bro. You can sell anything. Even on the podcast, like 2 years, like let's say 10 years ago, well, not even that long ago, if you said to anybody, even last year, if you said to anybody, "Oh yeah, I'm starting my own podcast," people still be like,
No, they'd be like, "What's a podcast?" That's what they would say.
Exactly. Oh, but what about a real job? What money are you gonna get from it, bro? If you can sell yourself and you can like show people where the value is from something, anything can make money, bro. I could sell you, I don't know, this plant. I could sell you this plant, and I could sell it to you for £1 million if I ascribe enough value to it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, because value is transactional. Value is transactional. It's the same thing whether you're in a relationship.
That's where marketing and everything else come in. Like you know, with knowing your value, you can put value into other things that are more higher than you, and you can, you know, show that as well. But you just have to kind of attach yourself in a way that, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, like, same with, as you said, with sports, and like their value is like as a player, like you don't think Dame Lillard was gonna make a certain amount what he's making now?
Oh no, I thought Dame Lillard's career was over plenty of times.
Yeah, but bro,
snapped up his leg, all sorts.
Man said, nah, you ain't you ain't. I'm shooting.
I mean, to be fair, it's a bit easier to say nah when you got peace, but that's his circumstance, isn't it?
No, so, but like when it comes to like, when you put in that work and then you know your value in this thing.
This is the thing, isn't it?
That's the only thing. So yeah, but yeah, hopefully.
Bro, I'm very interested. Like, so like, I think people are people because of the things that happen in their cumulative experiences. And as I said, I watched a lot of anime, manga, cartoons, all this kind of stuff when I was younger, and I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons why I'm so open about stuff. And I know you said like you watch that kind of stuff as well, innit?
Yeah.
Like, how much do you reckon that, in comparison to people that do watch stuff like anime and read comics and all this kind of stuff?
Comics. I used to read comics.
Compared
like here and there. But I just like visuals. I like visual stuff. I like seeing things visually. So that's why like I don't think I got into the manga stuff, like how people get into manga and they're on like episode 1000 on One Piece and all them things there, and I'm on episode 5. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't be bothered, fam.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like I've watched pretty much every good anime. Period. So that's what.
What's your like favorite 5 at the moment that people can check out?
What are you doing, bro?
Let's end the show nicely, bro. Come on, man.
No, you're right. Okay. Well, at the moment, I'm not really watching.
That you would like recommend for people to watch, like if they want to start watching anime and stuff like that, like.
Scene. All right. Off the top of my head, Death Note is one that people know already quite a lot. You know Death Note, innit? Boom. Silly. Absolutely nuts. Reason why I say Death Note first, is because I think Death Note was one of the first anime that I realized that, like, oh shit, like, anime is not just some kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? It explores some really serious, like, real world problems. And,
it can be tapped.
Scenarios.
It can be tapped.
100%, bro. 100%. So definitely one to watch. One Punch Man, obviously, like, it's something that anybody can get into, in it, and it's jokes. And I think it's got a new season as well, bro.
Yeah, I need to check that.
Bro, it's so sick, Okay, that's 2. 3, Berserk. You know Berserk?
Yeah, I know about Berserk.
Bro,
I haven't finished it. I've only watched like maybe an episode or 2.
Did you watch the first season? I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
So they have one on Netflix. That's like a CGI version, which is booty. It is booty. Like, terrible in terms of to watch with your eyes, but the story and stuff, still sick.
Okay.
Again, it explores hella, like, especially with Berserk, it's all about exploring the idea of what is good and what is evil. And, you know what I mean? Like, how that kind of works.
That's similar like to Baki, right?
Yeah. So
I like Baki. Baki was hard. Like, Baki was cold.
You mean did you see it was Sklep, the guy with the gun? Man holds the gun, shoots out his cheek and starts laughing, bro.
Wow.
You know I love it. Yeah, it's just because like it's like TV and film. Yeah, real life stuff. It has limits, if you know what I mean. There's only so much you can spend on an explosion to make it look sick on camera, and there's only so many chances you can get to make that explosion. Whereas anime, it's almost like, and manga, it's more like Japanese and Chinese, or what's like mangakas and artists anyways. They've kind of almost mastered the art of taking what they've got in their head and putting it out, turning it into like a physical thing that people can then relate
visualization.
To. Boom.
The visualization like talent is crazy.
Insane. But yeah, last one to finish it off.
No, you got 2 more.
I got 2 more, bro. I want to say either One Piece or Naruto. You know what I mean? You gotta have one of them OGs in there. One of them OGs. but I'm talking like 500 episodes. Reason why I say this, yeah, is because when you get sucked into this, and I'm sure you know, when you get sucked, because I remember certain summers, I didn't even remember seeing the sun. Because all I was doing was watching anime. Bro.
Man is watching for Quay, bro. Man's binge watching until 9 a.m. the next day, fam. What?
I swear down, when you get to a certain level of otaku weeaboo, yeah, it's like you can distort time. You can watch.
Fam, it's like the Sharingan literally just like takes you, bro. You can't escape your screen. You're like this.
Bro.
Just watching, fam. Not way there. Bro.
And the joke pops when you start catching yourself doing shit or saying shit from like an anime or whatnot. Bro.
It's mad. It's mad. It's mad.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I love it.
Why you gotta pick one of them though? Like, why can't it be both? Because you got one more.
Okay, I got okay. All right. Where would I say these? Code Geass. Code Geass. Oh my! Listen, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know if you can even see this on camera, yeah?
Have you watched the recent film that they put out? There's a film.
Well, like a live action thing?
Not a live action thing, but like it's anime film.
They made it. Bro, they've made so many of these things. I've watched every single one of them.
No, they made, because it's obviously Gear 1.
Yeah.
And then they made a post one. It's a film.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like in some weird kind of order. But bro, do you remember?
It's not a weird order. It's not a weird order, fam. Because when they finished season 1, there's season 2. As soon as they finished season 2, they went ghost, obviously. Bro, there's a film. There's a separate film, bro. There's a big film that recently came out this year, bruv. Bro, when certain man come back, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, don't play with me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Go after this. Go on YouTube.
No, 100.
There's a flipping trailer for it, and I've watched it twice already, fam. I've watched the film twice. I've gone to the search the internets.
Internet of net. Sick. Oh my god.
Stream that blood. What?
Oh my god, bro.
I did it for the English dub just because I didn't want to misunderstand nothing, fam.
Of course. Bro, I'm gonna have to rewatch all of them before watching that one as well. Like, bring me back up, bro. Thank you for that love. Oh my god, no. I'm gassed now. I know what I'm doing after this.
It was stupid.
But yeah,
man.
It was
stupid. Yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on, though. I really do appreciate.
Yeah, man. Bless. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Because I know you do a lot of cool stuff, and I think people need to see as well as hear your as you as a human being as well. So I think that's always something that everybody needs to listen to. But promote your socials, man. Promote what you got coming up and everything, bro.
Scene. Well, where do I even start? Obviously, check out the YouTube channel. I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing funny videos. I've got so much planned. I've also got BSTL Life coming up. If you live in Bristol, if you're a creative of any kind, get in contact with me. I don't know whether can drop my Instagram or something like that.
Yeah, I'll put your Instagram on the description below. Yeah.
Yeah. The idea is I want to be in some way, shape, or form a middleman for all the creatives in Bristol. In it, I want to be able to bring one person from over here in this kind of specific thing that they do, and someone from over here and merge it and see what kind of amazing thing that y'all can create. Which again, only just shows more and more people why this place is so sick. I think that's the main thing that I want to promote at the moment, just to make sure that people are thinking, keep your eyes open, your mind clear, just be curious, man. But yeah, I think that's it.
It's all good, man. Your Instagram will be in the description below, so everybody's gonna check it out. Yeah,
big things are coming, man. Big.
Obviously, if you want him to model for your things and that, run the rhythms, run the P's, my guy. Run the P's, my guy. Run the P's. He's got a catalog over there. He's got a catalog. But yeah, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Kith and Kin podcast, Guap magazine. We're on there. YouTube. We're on. The visuals obviously coming back. The rundown is obviously next week. The rundown's only the audio, so you guys are not gonna get visuals for that. It's only just me talking anyway. So you guys will only get that in audio form. But yeah, Instagram, Twitter in the description below, and make sure you subscribe in it. Peace out to the mandem one time. Hit me.